We are live. Gracious audience, what's going on today? Normally the gracious two, today just the gracious one. Mr. Gracey is flying back West Coast, taking the kiddies back. Great time with him and his family in New York. We had accomplished a lot of stuff. Good stuff coming up for everybody. Going to be some fun things. Got to eat with Mama Lana. Had that manicotti. Had some of her home-cooked meals. Got to hear a lot of cool stories. Amazing time. It really was. It's so good to see, Chad in a family setting. Great dude. Great family. Raised by good people. And he's raising good people. It shows. Seeing him with his kids and stuff, like just a good father. Good down-to-earth man. Unlike a lot of other people I know out there. Some shitty fathers out there. You guys know who you are, don't you? Anywho, what is going on? A lot of cool stuff in the world. A lot of bad stuff in the world, but we don't dwell on that. America's getting great again. It's fucking really cool. Feels good to be an American, proud to be an American. You travel, all that stuff. People are happy to see you. Not like, previous 4 years that we were under. How dare you not secure our borders, man? They have to go and arrest people from fucking crazy gangs, setting up fucking taking over people's houses, doing like real crazy shit that you cannot do in the land of the free, the home of the motherfucking brave. Because God forbid we have to start fucking policing you motherfuckers and taking you out of this country. That's what you don't want. You want ICE to come and do it properly, send you back to where you came from. You don't want the real patriots of this land to fucking say, yo, bitch, well, how the fuck did you get here? Did you come in the right way? Did you apply for a fucking green card? Did you use a passport? The right way. Coming to a country the right way. Not streaming across its borders illegally. You know what I'm saying? That's not racist. That's fucking how you do things in a fucking country where you want it to be safe. I want everybody and their mother to be able to get here. But they have to be the people that have good ideals, good values, want what Americans want people to be free. So it's like people get it twisted. I want everybody who's suffering out there to be able to come and find a fucking better way to live. But you can't just get here how you want to, because that's how you let in fucking Chinese nationalists that are of military age. Men. There's fucking, they just got this guy, this Chinese dude, like the DOJ, like tracked him down. They're prosecuting him and shit. He worked for multiple like tech companies, stole all their information, and gave it back to fucking China so they could go and rip us off and take our technology. And he did it multiple times. And this last time he got caught. But you corporations out there, you don't know who the fuck you're hiring. Do proper background checks, man. Find out like what the fuck's going on. You should have found out this dude was fired from multiple other jobs for doing exactly this. But you look at his fucking trumped up resume, where he went, all that bullshit, and you just rush to fucking judgment and bring him on. And then what does he do? He fucks you and takes your technology and gives it away for free. And you ain't prosecuting anybody in China for that. But you're all about the mighty dollar corporations, right? Fuck the people working for you. Fuck whoever, as long as it makes you money. But that's not how you stay in business for a very long time and make fucking generational wealth. That's not how you build fucking good products and really get a fan base for people that use your things. I'm going to have to fucking show people the way soon. Because it's coming. Oh, it's coming. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, germs and all you fuckers out there. Gracious audience, though. Pleasure to be in your presence. Maybe Mr. Chad Gracey will chime in from the plane. I don't know if he's actually flying right now or when the flight left, but it just put us to where we couldn't do it. We weren't going to do a show, but we can't let you down. So this is going to be a short one. You're going to hear some of my ranting and all that jazz. What up, Scotty Blackman? What up, brother? Troy, Daphne, hello, Carenza. Good to see you folks. Seriously. What is up with the recent active shooters? Like which ones? Because there's many of them, and you only hear about certain few. Depending on what the fucking propaganda machine wants to put out there. You know, it's insane. Globalist problem. Yeah, there are globalist problems out there, but that's why you start from within and make your country safe and beautiful, and it spreads outward. And you only allow people to come in here from that have those same beliefs and stuff like that. My voice is getting better, people. I lost it for a little bit. I was on amoxicillin for 10 days. Everything's good with the sinus bacterial infection, but my voice is just coming back now. So bear with it if it gets a little scratchy here and there. You should have heard me a couple days ago. I was talking like this. But yeah, man. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool.
Hey, look out.
Whoa, OJ, what's OJ doing? Yeah, Bobby's here. Bobby is here with us. He'll be coming on a little bit later. Like I said, it's going to be a short show, but just wanted to come on and give you guys what you deserve because you've been here every Tuesday for a very long time, and we love it. LOVE it. I'm talking about spreading love, people. I am talking about spreading cheer. I was just saying to Bobby earlier, I walk down the street anywhere I'm at, and I'm always smiling, bobbing my head, saying hello to people. Even if they look at me fucking like, why is he being so nice? What does he want? Nothing. Just want to be a good person and spread joy, happiness, make people laugh. And, that's become a weird thing. People just like to go about their day looking down their phone. Nobody's holding doors for people. Nobody, everybody's in their own zone. And I get it. We're all busy. Trust me, I'm fucking busy. Working my regular job, fucking doing podcast, stand-up comedy. And it's not just a podcast that you see here. There's a whole gamut of things that goes on behind the scenes, editing, putting clips together, reels together, posting to social media, responding to the audience as we can. And it's a lot for one person to do, but we're actually getting more people involved that could take over some of my duties outside of being a host here, because I'm running ragged, people. If I get 4 hours of sleep a night, that's like good, and then times that by the week, and then minus like 3 or 4, because sometimes I don't even get that much sleep. So sometimes I got to crash. There's like sometimes where like once a month maybe I'll just go and fucking rest an entire day. And what I mean by rest is be in my bed with a laptop on a like this desk laptop that I have that goes over me, so I could just like let the body kind of relax those, and I could take like a nap, maybe doze off for some cat naps here and there to catch up on the sleep that I've lacked for that month. I'm giving you insights on how to fucking conquer the world and how to make your dreams come true. Because they're all coming true here, people. I don't know if anybody got to see some of my scenes in Happy Gilmore 2, but friends like took screenshots and like sent them to me. It was all extra background work, so it's all quick glimpses. Some are blurry, some are really like cool shots, and like you could see like cool and stuff. But what an experience being on that set, being around Adam Sandler, having a couple interactions with him. He is really a salt of the earth guy, just nice to everybody, and he's very busy. I mean, he was. I don't know. He was talking to the director a lot, so he was like almost like co-directing, and he would run over after the scenes were taken and look at the takes, make sure the shots were what he had envisioned and stuff, to make sure that this movie was like as bomb as it was. I only got to watch it once, and it was at this premiere party, so like there's people talking and stuff, so I didn't get to pay attention to it as best as I should. But one day I will go through and like try to pick out like see the scenes that I'm in and stuff. But it was really just for the experience. I don't really need to see the visual of it. Like I know where they were, but it is cool seeing yourself in a fucking movie. I mean, I would have never ever thought that. Maybe as a kid, hoped for it, but as an adult, I'm like, nah, I don't see it happening like that. But it's just cool to be a part of. Sex and the City season 3, and just like that, I'm in a major scene in that, doing some background work too. But I think I'm done with the background work. I got to experience like 2 really cool ones. I don't know if it's gonna get much better than that. Um, getting like calls for some other movies. They're filming Mama's Boy in New Jersey. They're filming a bunch of other ones. The Netflix studios open up. So I said the next movie that I'll do, it's got to be a feature role, not a background role. So I don't have to, you know, I don't have to go through and look for the scenes. I'll know it when it comes out. If I ever do that shit again. But again, it's all about podcasting and stand-up comedy. That's where my focus is at. And in order to master those things, you really got to put you in your 10,000 hours. And I'm getting there. But so I couldn't start putting in 10,000 hours into something like acting or something like that. But it was fun. Cool to be. I got to eat lunch with Sadie Sandler and Carl from Shameless, which was cool. They were like young. It seemed like they were fucking like flirting. Like I don't know what they were doing behind the scenes, and fucking Adam was hawking like in the background and stuff. But yeah, it seemed like they were getting along pretty randy, if you know what I'm saying. Going to a party next Friday in the Hamptons, people. Yeah, I can't say whose, but exciting times. Should be a good place to network. Maybe come up with some cool guests for y'all. Throat coat tea helps. You look out. Yeah, baby. I watched it. Thank you, Troy. You watched and forgot to look for your boy. How dare you? How dare you, sir? Just so if I could direct, if people did want to try to catch me in a scene, I mean, I'm all over the movie. Golf course shots on the greens, a lot of stuff on the sidelines where we're being fans. I was a cameraman in a scene. The camera's blocking my face for every time they see me. So, but I'm dressed up in like the fucking NBC News fucking thing and stuff. Anywho, at the end of the movie, when they're in Newark Airport, and Sandler's talking to, his kid leaving, right at the end is like it's just about to, like, I don't know what the next scene is, cut to black or something, or cut to something else. Me and this girl are walking through, and she's like a little bit ahead of me and I'm behind her, but you get a nice clear shot of my face. And then like when it gets to like here on my face, it goes to the next scene. So you just kind of see like, this part, and wearing my hat and my glasses. But it was dope. Dope. First day on the scene, I kind of on the set, I kind of knew what I was doing, but pretended like I didn't. They were directing the extras to go like to the left and to the right, and I was like, I wonder what would happen if I went straight. And sure enough, I stumble into Adam and the director talking, on a whole, like kind of coming up with what they were doing for the scene. And I was like, yo, Sandman. I was like, I'm an extra. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I don't know where I'm going. I kind of got lost. He's like, no, yeah, man, you're supposed to be right there. You're laying down by this hole. We're going to shoot a ball. It's going to pretend to hit you. And I'm like, really? So I just lay down on a hole, kind of strike a pose, and he starts laughing. He's like, you're a fucking character, dude. He's like, I really don't know where the extra's supposed to be. He's like, but there's the set director over there. You can go find out. And it was just cool. He was cool. We got to talk a little bit after that, little more personal and stuff like that, because he kind of was like, oh, well, you, how are you? He just really was. He was not afraid to talk to anybody. He wasn't bigger than, better than. People would be running up to his golf cart as he's going from like one set. Because when you were filming on the golf course, they had multiple scenes taking part at all different times of day and night. And Adam had to be in a lot of them. So it's like, as they were filming some background work here or some other scenes with other, main actors and stuff like that, he would have to run to this other set and do these other things. So it's like he was running around like a chicken without a head from morning till night. And then I'm sure going over dailies and stuff afterwards. So it's like a lot went into that movie. And it was just such a big production. I was like, wow, they spent millions on this movie. How the fuck are they going to make their money back? But I heard the premiere was like one of the biggest Netflix ever had. I don't know how that makes Netflix money, because like everybody's streaming it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how like a big premiere on there like makes them more money, but I guess maybe they distributed it to other places afterwards. And since it was a big release that other places wanted on their platforms and stuff, I'm not really sure how that whole industry works and stuff, but kind of have an idea. I think I think that's where it's at. Netflix coming to New Jersey, people. So gonna have a podcast studio right around the block from it. It's coming to Port Monmouth and Eatontown, and we're gonna have a nice little studio right there in the surrounding town. That's one of my favorite towns in New Jersey. I'm not saying where it is because I don't want the price of the real estate to go up, because the building, the first, I think 8 of the 11 studios should be done by 2028. So I'm getting in a little earlier than that, and we'll do some shows out of there and stuff in the meantime. But it's really going to be meant for that. So the actors could, or whoever, directors, writers, people, grips on the set, just like cool people that I think would be cool for our audience to like listen to, and like what you guys would like want to hear about, coming on and talking about it. So get ready, people. We got plans, and we got plans. Yeah, so many cameos, Troy, dude. Ben Stiller. So the only day I saw Ben Stiller on set, he wasn't in his like his costume for the fucking dude that he was. How about you have a nice warm glass of shut the hell up? He wasn't in that. He was just in regular Ben Stiller clothes, and he was like just taking pictures like during the scenes, because none of the actors, none of the even main feature actors, like nobody was allowed to have cameras on the set. Nobody who worked on the set, no people who were doing nobody. But he was coming around with like one of his regular cameras. They would tape up your phones and stuff so you couldn't take pictures. But I snuck a couple because that's what J-Ro does. He breaks rules until Ben rules, right? And then if you kind of get mad at me and want to throw me out, then by all means, I fucked up, so I get it. But didn't happen. Didn't get caught. Didn't post anything. I was at least that cool. Didn't want to ruin the surprise for people. But yeah, what a great movie. It lived up to I think the first one. What else, people? What's going on in the political world? That's why we need Chad here for that. Daly was awesome. Oh my God, Carson Daly. Yeah, that was so surprising, man. So surprising. But yeah, he was great. He's great in everything he does. Carson Daly's been in the business for a fucking real long time. I think he started off on TRL. I mean, maybe he started off elsewhere, but that's where I remember from MTV back in the day. When MTV started fucking getting away from what made MTV, like now you go in there, you can't find a music video. But like it started off with music videos. And how cool were they back in the day, man? Michael Jackson's Thriller, just all the fucking, John Daly. Oh, yeah, the golfer. I again saw him in it, but I'm not big into the golf world. So while other people were amazed, like while I was watching, like, oh my God, that's John Daly. I'm like, who? They're like, yeah, he's a pro golfer. I knew because the outfit he was wearing and stuff. And I'm pretty sure I walked by him like during the filming of it, but again, didn't know. I didn't realize that the girl from Modern Family, who was in the first one, was the girl from Modern Family until I saw her on set. I'm like, oh my God, that's the girl from Modern Family. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the girl from the first Happy Gilmore. Because she's grown up to be, she was gorgeous back then, still gorgeous now, but looks a little bit different. But beautiful, beautiful girl. Didn't find out if she was single or not, though. Didn't do my job properly. That's your job as a single man, to find out if every girl that you're talking to is single. So, if you could flirt, put the moves on. What else? I'm always professional at my day job, but I wasn't so professional a couple days ago. Hooked up with somebody, not that I work with, but somebody that frequents the place. Her fault, not mine. I told her no a couple times. Just will say that. And I'll be seeing her later tonight too. So it wasn't just a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, miss. She's younger. She's a couple years my junior. 27 people. 43, 27. But yeah, good stuff. What else is going on? I miss MTV of the 80s too, Daphne. I really do. The good old fucking days. They just had like epic videos, and just it was cool because growing up, like we grew up in the like before MTV was MTV. So like we got to hear music with nothing really representing it. And then to see like when these bands started putting images to their songs and stuff and videos to them. It was kind of cool to like see, where they were going with it. And then now it's just like people in fucking high priced cars and mansions and fucking parties and all shit that really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Unless it's like family parties, you're with people that you love and friends and, like all that. But if it's just a flashy party to show off the shit you have and, oh, look at my infinity pool and all that, it's like, ay, ay, ay. I love money. I don't like fucking rich people, especially rich people that didn't work for it. If you grew up, of meager means and then worked for your money and then became rich, you're a totally different person than somebody who was handed, fortunes and didn't work for it. They're like pompous and they think they're better than people that don't have money. And it's so not true, because some of the best people I met in the world didn't have a pot to piss in, but they had good family core values and, loved, wasn't selfish, wasn't anything like that. And, that's it. It's like all just, paying it forward, being nice to people, holding a door for people. Like what happened to holding doors for people? What happened to, saying, excuse me, if you, cut somebody off by accident, like you're moving quicker. So I'm like, we just got away from so much shit, manners and respect and doing unto others as you want done to yourself. And just, shit that people should be living by. But again, we are on the greatest country on this planet. And hopefully that spreads outwards. That's why everybody was trying to get here. Well, that's why a lot of people were trying to come here illegally. But again, that's not how you do it in America. You come here the right way. And if it takes 20 years to get here, then hey, it takes 20 years to get here. Because once you're here, it's fucking awesome. People are like, oh, I tried and they wouldn't let me in and blah, 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 blah. So I did it this way. No. That's not what you do. There's maybe a reason why. What'd you do? What do you know? Jamie, what's going on? People are now offended by everything and ashamed of nothing. Very true. Very fucking true. It's so easy to point fingers at people and, oh, look what this person did. Look what this person did. What did you do? What was your nice thing you did for somebody today? I could rattle them off. Anytime I'm in Wawa, anytime I'm out, I'm just nice to people, extra, you know what I'm saying? Like try to bring brightness in their life. I see somebody looking down on your phone. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Hopefully that's a good conversation you have. Like just trying to spread some joy, because I'm happy. I'm happy, people. And when you're happy, you want other people to be happy. I love just getting with friends, goofing around, talking about fun shit, like just goofing, having a good time. I don't like negative. I try to keep so much out of my life. If you're a negative person, of course, I'm still going to talk to you, try to build you up and stuff. But it's like, I just don't want it. I want it few and far between. I want all good for everybody, for the world. Point your finger at someone and 3 are pointing back at you. You got it. You got it, Scotty. Give the middle finger to somebody and then all of them are kind of pointing back at you. Happiness is contagious. That's true, Carenza. It really is. That's why, who was spreading joy for every girl and boy? That was somebody in the Christmas story I heard. Was it like Frosty the Snowman? Was it Rudolph? Was somebody? Was it Santa himself? I don't know. Yeah. What you put back into the universe, for sure you get back. That's why I tell people, like, it's so easy to, like, say you're applying for a job or something. Like, you could talk outwardly like, oh, I feel confident I'm going to get this job. But in your head, like, you're having those self-doubts and stuff like that. Those self-doubts you're still putting in the universe. So as soon as that self-doubt comes into your head, blast it out. No way. If I'm getting this job. I'm getting this job. Believe it. Feel it. Even if you don't believe it, keep saying it. Try to get that negative thought out of your brain. And then the positive comes in. And it could take time because, maybe the universe isn't listening to you as best as it should because you haven't been talking to it for as long as you should have. So now, like, all of a sudden you start doing, you're like, I was fucking nice all day yesterday, and today fucking sucks. Well, it doesn't work like that. You know, shit still happens, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so this show doesn't get long, and so I don't completely lose my voice again. I'm going to bring on the one and only Bobby. What is going on, brother man?
How we doing?
Doing. Boom, 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 boom.
John.
Yeah. What's up, Howard? Jesus. We got Howard Stern trying to chime in on our channels. Bobby, you hear this?
Yeah, I heard him. Tell him to come on.
How you been, dude?
I've been all right. You know, I went to the doctor Monday, you know, with my leg. You know, I'm still trying to figure out what the best course of treatment is for it. So
sure. And I know you've been talking to a lot of people and stuff like that, so that's good. Because, you know, you want to talk to people who kind of went through it and stuff. Because, of course, you and your doctors have stuff where you talk about, but, you know, they just want to prescribe some, oh, yeah, well, just prescribe this and just be for a little bit. But then all of a sudden it's 3 years later, you're still on it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting a little kickback from it. So I'm glad.
That's why I'm trying to get as many opinions as I can, you know?
Yes, sir.
More than just a second opinion.
Sure. Yeah. Isn't that funny? So back in the day, you would tell the doctor, I'm going to go get a second opinion. And they would be like offended. Really? Because your opinion is number one. So I should listen to you. You're offended that I'm going to go see another professional like yourself and see what their opinion is and see if they line up. If they do, okay, maybe we're on to something. But it's just funny. Why would you go get a second opinion? Because you're not God, dude. You know, you don't know everything.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with doctors. They think they have like this, think they're magic, you know? Some doctors just have way too much narcissistic, you know, values to them.
Yeah.
It's not cool. It's not good. It's not a good profile.
Well, think about just the journey of becoming a doctor. It's a shit ton of schooling. You come out of, at the best, $500,000 in debt at the best. Then you got to make that up to, you know, pay back because the interest rates on those loans and fucking all that stuff is crazy. And that you have to pay those back because they're fucking putting you in jail if not. Student loans
like
are
credit card interest rates.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
But even credit cards, you could fucking, you know, claim bankruptcy and have them fall off after a certain amount of time. Not those student loans, bro. If they bankrupt you, if you work your whole life and can't pay those back and they bankrupt you, dude, you know, they ain't forgiving that debt. Which is what was funny back in the day when Biden was so stupidly trying to push back, paying back for people who went to college, like paying them back. First of all, they made the choice to go. Okay, granted, it should be a good choice, but we found out in the long run it wasn't because, okay, it got people jobs, but it also spread fucking nasty mind virus ideals that shouldn't have been fucking going around. You're molding minds, fucking professors, and for fucking dirt. Because those who can't do teach is always what I say. But who am I? But you know what I'm saying? It's like you come out with all that fucking debt. You got to work hard to pay it off. It's like you just come out fucking. I know people who went to fucking trade schools and lived a great life. They came out with no debt. The trade that they were in paid for their schooling, and they were working while they were going to school. So like they were making money while learning this trade. And that's what shit should be, man. That's what colleges should be. Like, you know, by the time you're 18, you kind of know what you want out of life, what you want to do. They should have it. It's where you're like working for that industry, learning it as you go through, still getting paid some. And it would be a lot better that way, I think, than to just come out with all that debt and you got to climb out of the hole. You never get there. And then you get married, start a family. Now your family's still fucking suffering because, you know, you have to pay all that shit back. It's like a vicious cycle. And some people just end up in the same socioeconomic stance that they've always been in.
It's hard to get out of that hole.
Yes,
Definitely.
sir. Yes, sir. But what is going on, man? So the audience loved the show last week, dude. They loved seeing you as a guest, giving you a full epi. Good responses.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad people are interested in what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to spread any disinformation. I'm just trying to show people what I've been researching and what I'm interested in.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about, this show in particular, but other podcasts as well, is that if we're talking about stuff we don't know and just stuff we're diving into, looking into, it's like, this is what we've uncovered so far. Go check out, see what what your take on it is. It's not, this is it. This is exactly how it went down, blah, 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 blah. No, we're not experts here, but we're certainly people who love to learn. And when we're fascinated by a subject, we dive into it a lot until we understand it to where it really computes in our brain and makes sense. And that's how you uncover truths and mysteries and shit that they don't want you to know.
How about the stuff with Trump going after Obama? Now all of a sudden,
yes,
yeah, he's going after him for the Russian collusion stuff.
Dude, who knew?
Pretty interesting.
Very interesting. Because again, I voted for Obama twice. By the second time I voted for him, I was like, the writing was starting to come onto the wall, but he spoke so well and could lie so well. A vote for change. He didn't change anything but for his own interest, dude. He did exactly what every fucking other politician has been in office since. Fucking get rid of the people that fucking got him there and that disagreed with him. How many people died around him? His fucking people dying in his pond, fucking pictures of him and fucking Big Mike before she was Michelle. Like, come on, man. Come on. Your birth certificate's probably bunk. You're probably from a fucking another country. Like, there's a lot of shit that goes on with that dude, man. And we got fucking duped. And a good thing, like, it was like, okay, you got somebody that has that's black into the Oval Office, and that's great, man. That shows people that we're on the right track when we fucking had shitty ass slavery that built this country and fucking off the backs of black people. So it shows we're trying to make a change, but we're not just going to fucking vote in a black person who's still going to be a fucking scumbag and out for themselves. And it seems like that's what Obama was, man.
Yeah. I personally, I think that Obama was pretty much groomed to become a president,
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, like from pretty much childhood, I think he was groomed. And I think the reason mainly, and this is kind of controversial stance, but I think the reason mainly was because he legalized gay marriage. And I don't think any white president, I'm not saying anything about racism or anything. I don't think any white president would ever do that. I don't think a white president. I think they had to have Obama because he would do it, and I don't think any white president would have that on their conscience or that their selves.
They had.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Agree, but I agree with that. I mean, they had so many opportunities to do it. Like if you hear fucking Biden talking about gay marriage back in the day, how against it he was, and then all of a sudden he's for it and shit like that. Just a flip flopper because like now the nation's calling for it. But you should have been calling for that when the nation was too dumb to fucking call for that. Like, what's the problem with two women being in love and getting married? What's the problem with two men being in love, getting married? Nothing. Just because you don't want to, you don't like it's not your point of view on how marriage should be. Well, you didn't fall in love with the same sex person. This person did, and you're going to deny them the institute of marriage because of that? No fucking way, man. Not in the land of the free, home of the brave.
Yeah, I have no problem with it. I have a problem with the grooming aspect with the children.
Of course.
Pushing it on the children. That I have a really big problem with. But otherwise, what you do in your house, if you're not flaunting it, like they are always flaunting it.
Yeah. Even as a hetero man, dude, I'm not out making out with fucking chicks on the street. Fucking like
exactly.
That shit's not. There are kids walking around that is fucking putting thoughts into their brain. It shouldn't just be like there's a setting for that. If you want to come up to a girl at a restaurant, you give her a kiss, hello, whatever, but full on fucking making out, grinding, fucking like all that shit that fucking people do. It's like, go to your bedroom, dog. I don't want to see it, man.
Yeah, it's a little too much. It's an agenda. I just see it as an agenda.
Yeah.
It's degradation of society, and it's not good. It's
No.
not good. Things. I'm starting to see a change, but we just got
People are
to
waking
keep
up.
pushing. Yeah, you just got to keep pushing people to see what's going on. To
What does
see
Scotty Blackman
past.
say? No one should be exempt from the law. If one of us done a tenth of what most politicians do and have done, we would get the third degree. 100%, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
What is good for the goose is not good for the gander, so to speak. And it absolutely should be. We should all be by the same code, man. The fact that Governor Cuomo is running for fucking office after he was thrown out of fucking, and I'm still, why am I calling him Governor Cuomo? He fucking got thrown out. He was sexually harassing state troopers. And the fact that he has the balls to come through and try and run for another office, it goes to show there's no shame in his fucking game, man. How many people did he kill doing stupid shit with COVID?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But him and his brother were on CNN every night talking to the people about Yeah, well then, and then right after that interview was done, he was trying to put his fucking hand up a fucking state trooper's ass. So he's a scumbag.
Yeah, I agree with that big time. The Cuomos are fucking horrible. Horrible people.
And the fact that, like, how's he not prosecuted for that? Like, and he did it to so many people. He sexually harassed so many people on his staff, man. You're coming from a position of power. Sexual harassment is never cool, but you're coming from a position of power. Like, if you're sexually harassing up, like you're the fucking McDonald's fucking burger flipper and you're fucking sexually harassing the manager, that's one thing, because like she could fire you, you're out. But you're the fucking manager, owner, sexually harassing the fucking burger flipper who can't make fucking enough money to pay his rent and shit, and they're scared to leave that job or to talk about it because they don't want to get fired. That's where it gets scary. Again, it's wrong all the time. I'm just saying there's degrees of wrong in life.
Yep. Yeah, it's a lot easier when you have the power to be able to hold that power over somebody, It's
yes, sir.
It's obvious, yeah.
And fuck those people, man. Like the Diddies of the world. Fuck you, Diddy, bro. Okay? Like, how dare you, bro? You had the fucking world by the balls, man. You could have shown you could have shown black people the right way to do things and how to treat people once you get fucking money, fame, fortunes, power. But instead you abused it and abused it horribly, dude. A video of you fucking beating your girlfriend, dude, or whatever you were engaged to at the time. That's the fucking first thing that should have fucking got you publicly fucking shamed, not doing any fucking thing ever the fuck again. And then you come on and apologize for it, expect forgiveness, man. How many times did you do that to that girl, bro?
Yeah,
because that wasn't the first time. It was the first time it was on video and you got caught. You run around in your little faggot fucking towel. I bet you that fucking thing drops. You got a little fucking dick, because that's how people with little dicks act, bro.
Yeah,
a black
exactly.
man with a little dick.
Exactly.
That's why you want to fucking traffic fucking kids or whatever the fuck you do. I don't even know what you do, bro. Chad's with the kids. He's flying them home on a plane. Pay attention to the show, mother. That's my mother.
She's say your mom asked a question.
she's in AC. Yeah, I gotta bust her chops, man. She's in AC. So wish her luck, people.
Good
hopefully
luck.
She's getting some greenery. Yeah, it's gonna be a short one. We weren't gonna do a show, like we were just gonna cancel it, but I'm like, we should at least go on and say hi to the audience, let them know what's up. They expect it, and we love you for expecting it.
Exactly. People are waiting for us to come on.
Lori Ann. Listen to Lori. Lori, so you're stuck in your ways. You think that it should be called a civil union, not a marriage, the gay people getting married? Why? They're in love. Who cares that it's not a man and a woman? Because, what you're supposed to get married to what? Have kids? There's people who get married and don't have kids. So why is it that two women can't get married and get to share their benefits, like their work benefits? So this one could be on the insurance and they could adopt the kid and all shit that people don't want to do.
That's really what it's about. Yeah.
I think if you're in love and you want to get married, you should have the right to. Whether it's you're marrying, of course, not an animal, but if you want to fucking marry, whatever, a fucking tranny, whatever. If you're in love and that's the reason why you're getting married because you want to fucking do shit like that, I think everybody has the right to do that. My opinion, but, y'all should come aboard.
Yeah, I mean, people should be able to do what they want to do, Like, this is a free country. Like, if we lose freedom of speech, which is kind of going, but
it was
going, but now it's starting to come back. Hopefully that will never go near anybody trying to take away free speech or take away the Second Amendment, because that would be people are going to uprise after that.
That's why we have the Second Amendment, dude, to protect the First. And the fact that we have that means it will never fucking go away. Because again, when it was getting scary in this country and they were trying to fucking do this shit, you saw patriots fucking standing up, man, and they did not want that shit to happen. So they fucking learned right there. There's no way we're gonna fucking allow it to be Canada where you can get arrested for saying whatever. No fucking way, man.
Yeah, or England. That's insane. Like, wow, it's crazy just to imagine that you post something and you could have the police knocking at your door for something that you post. That's insane.
So
I could never think like that.
Okay, so Lori, and you're coming from a religious perspective, and that's fine. But again, the Bible was written by a man, and I think fucking words of God were lost in translation. And I think a lot of organized religion, their rules and stuff were put in to control a society that couldn't be controlled, because back in the day, there was no police, there was no jail, there was none of that shit. So they needed a way to really to control the people and let them know there's a heaven and a hell, and if you don't live this way, you're going to hell. But if you do this, you're going to heaven. So it was a way to really reel in people and get them to conform to their ideals and stuff like that. There's a lot of truth in the Bible, but there's also a lot of bullshit in the Bible, because again, it's been passed down since before fucking language probably existed in some aspects. And it's just there's a lot of bloat in there. There's a lot of, like, if you look at the Dead Sea Scrolls that are supposedly like one of the earliest translations of the Bible, there's a lot of different things in there. There's the Gospel of Mary, which is not in the Bible.
The Book of Enoch.
The Book of Enoch.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. There's a lot of things that they left out. They pick and chose what they wanted to, and that's kind of what you got.
It's cherry picking, yeah, definitely. And it is. It's for control. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's why I don't go by any man's religion. No.
And they don't pay taxes. They don't pay taxes.
Yeah, all these 503c churches. You think that they're worried about you? No, they're worried about the state that they're sponsored by. They're worried about getting their tax breaks, so they're gonna tell you what the state wants them to tell you.
Correct. And I don't want people to get it twisted out there. I am very, very spiritual. My relationship with God, Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, that is intact to nobody's fucking end. I pray almost daily. I got away from it for a long time, and I used to just like come in and pray and like thank God for just shit that was going on, or pray for like family. I never prayed for anything selfish. It wasn't like, oh God, get me this, God do that. It was always like prayers for people around me. If something was happened to somebody, or even people I didn't know, like, please help this person, they need help. So my relationship with the Lord has always been good, especially from a kid, and then all the way through my adult life. When in my darkest fucking times, dude, and the most religious experience I've ever had was after my dog Milo died, and I was literally fucking just uncontrollably sad. And I didn't know when I was going to like get better from it. And I was like, I just need to know, God, that he is with you and he's safe and he's like he's like, he's good. He's not just buried in the ground somewhere. Like, his soul is somewhere happy. And he gave me a sign that is just fucking crazy, strong, visual, there, feeling it. And I didn't deserve, like, after I got it, I was like, wow, I didn't even deserve to have that given to me. But my God, thank you for it, because I believed that he was there already, but like I was doubting and I was worried and I was sad, and it just really fucking it touched me. And again, I didn't feel worthy to have it. Like, I'm like, why did he give me that sign? But he knew, like, I was a broken man at that time, and I needed it. And my darkest, it was the hardest loss I've ever felt in my life. And I've lost family members, I've lost friends, and you get over it. Like, you go to the funeral and you're very sad at that time, and like it stays with you for a little bit. But this was something that just it wrecked me in a way that I was never wrecked before. So
it's like a child, bro.
100%, man. 100%. And I would reach out for support, and people that I spoke to about it were like, yeah, people don't understand the loss of an animal, because it's not spoken about a lot. And then, like, you sometimes feel dumb talking about, oh, you're really still talking about your dog, dude, or like that's really what's upsetting you. Like, if you're not talking about, like, why are you upset? Oh yeah, my dog died. It's just like, people, and then like, oh really, your dog that you're carrying on fucking 8 weeks later like that? Yeah, it's that painful.
Yeah,
it's that painful.
Yeah. Definitely agree with that.
Man's best friend. But yeah, it's like I always said, like, my dogs have heard me say things that I haven't said to another human being. Like, when I'm in the house alone and like I'm talking out loud, thinking out loud, and I know they're there. I know they're but I'm saying things that I would only say to myself if I was actually in a private moment. And it's unconditional love. There's nobody who loves you coming home more than your pet. Not even your kids. When your kids are 14 years old and you put in a hard day's work and they're home by themselves, like playing TV and doing whatever, like, and you come home, they're not that happy to see you people. They're like, yeah, where's dinner? Is it going to be ready soon? I'm getting hungry. But they're not like, oh my God, you're home. Oh my God, come here. I want to hug you, love you, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's what dogs are. That's what animals are. They're like just so happy.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a fact.
But
So
anywho,
true.
Chad, hope that plane is going well for you, man. Dad duty is always the most important part of the world. So again, yeah, we weren't going to do this. People were actually going to just like because I don't like doing this show without Chad, but I'm like, I'll go on, dude, and fucking we'll put out an episode just so the audience could have something from the Gracious 2 today. So you got the Gracious 1, and then you got Bobby with here from Bobby's World, which is always fun treat to have. But next week we'll be back at it. I gotta look at the schedule to see who we have coming on next week, but maybe it's a Chad and J-Ro solo episode, which we don't get to do often, but they're necessary. We got the one we did last week from York, or 2 weeks ago from York, was just it was amazing. Every time we're together, it's a fun time. And we're planning a lot of shit for you guys. We have bringing staff on to this show, so it's not just me on here, and then Bobby was helping out for a while, but then he had to go get better, and then taking care of health shit and stuff. And now Bobby's getting back into the fold, but he's still not back into the behind the scenes stuff as much as we need him to be, because he's still got some shit he's taking care of. But we're getting more of a staff on this show so we could keep expanding and growing. And you guys could get bigger. The audience could get bigger. That's what it's all about. We love, that is the goal. We love how you guys go on and, even your chit chats with each other that you guys do, on posts and stuff is real cool to see. Like, you guys taking topics that we've talked about on the show and expanding on it, and, giving your point of views to things. And this is what I thought about this. This is what I thought about that. It's all cool, beautiful stuff. So again, we love you guys for it. Appreciate you for it. Bobby, do you have anything you wanted to pop up before we go? Because we're gonna cut this.
You know what? I wanna show one crypto.
Yeah, man.
That's really early, and I bought some of it. It's called Jerry the Turtle. It's another Matt Fury coin. It's at a $13 million market cap right now, but I'm thinking that it could go to at least $500 million. I
Wow.
mean, just throw $20 at it. I'm not, no financial advice, but if you want to,
Right.
it's not financial advice.
And he has no
But
stake in the game except maybe he has a couple that he bought, but he's just
yeah,
telling
I
you
don't
like
have
what he thinks.
millions. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm seeing that this is moving fast. In the past 7 days, it's up 100%. So
And what
it's
does
moving.
that, bro?
Yeah, exactly. You'll never get that kind of movement on the stock market.
Never, ever, ever.
Nah.
And he's saying it's from 13.8 now going to $500 million. That's growth, peeps. That is
Yeah,
growth.
exactly. And we have like 5 more months left of the bull run. And you see Bitcoin right now is at $120,000. It's going to go to like $180,000.
Yeah. And remember, people, so this
Probably by
this is stuff like that. It's almost like get rich overnight type of deal. It's not for long-term like growth and stuff like that, because if you're looking for long-term overall slow growth and stuff, like you want to invest in companies that have been around forever, like Apple,
Yeah,
like fucking
not a meme
Tesla.
coin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
But how many fucking millionaires, billionaires have been built over overnight fucking successes of meme
Yeah.
coins and fucking shit like that? Like
It's true.
it happens. It happens a lot. So and Bobby's made some good coin doing stuff like that. I mean, we speak about shit off air and stuff like that, and we don't get too crazy into each other's finance and stuff like that. But we talk, and it's crazy. Like if you study coins like this, like, so Bobby just gave you one to kind of look at and stuff. But if you go through and you look at months worth of things like this, like you could really see it and start to build the patterns and see what's going to pop, what has room to growth, when you should buy, if something dips, when you go into it. And, there's a whole way to make a lot of money, even stock market, coins, everything. There's ways to do it. And with very little work, just really research.
And little market, little cap. You don't need to have $100,000.
Right.
Even if you turn the $20 into 1,000, that's something.
Fuck yeah.
It's better than nothing.
And those who think it's not, God bless. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people, Bobby, that don't know the value of $1, man. Oh, it's only $3. Well, how long did it take you to make those $3? How much of your hourly salary is those $3? You know what I'm saying?
True.
It's like,
yeah,
people don't realize like how much shit costs. It's funny, like talking to kids and stuff, like
it's crazy.
Nieces, nephews, friends, kids, all that stuff like that. And we're, cousins, whatever. And they're like, oh, that's only $20, mom, for the game. Like, it's going to get me this amount of coins. Like, you're going to give me $20. I'm going to get 5,000 worth of fake coins that fucking buy me nothing in a game and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because they don't realize, what it takes to make that $20. Because, they see their parents doing well, and you can go out to dinner. It's $200. They pay for the bill. It's no problem. But then, so they see $20 in a game, and it's going to fucking get them a new skin on their fucking gun or whatever. And it's like, it's funny. Video games used to be cool. You used to buy a video game, Bobby, $50, and you could play the shit out of that thing, and it never cost you another dime since.
Yeah, now you got to pay for everything else.
Yep.
Everything is either subscription based, or they add to it where you could buy other things,
100%.
They got to make as much money out of it as they can,
Milk the cow.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're all like, all the games are like just knockoffs of other cool games. And it's like, I'm watching somebody play, something that looks like fucking Call of Duty or something that looks like an old Doom game and whatever. I'm just like, oh my God, they're just fucking purposing graphics and throwing new flashy things over it. And you remember the 007 game back in the day?
Oh God, that was my favorite game. Dude, Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
oh my
bro.
God.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And we could play that thing for hours upon hours, a day, a night. Not have to spend another dime on it. You could bring your Nintendo to your friend's house with multiple controllers. It was a great fucking thing. And they got away from that, and they realized how they could fucking really just milk people for more and more money and more money without putting out a better product, really.
Yeah.
But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will see you next week at our regular scheduling time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I don't even know what Pacific time we are, but 1 p.m. Eastern. If you could do the math, do the math. And Chad and I will probably do an Instagram live this week. So we'll try to prep you guys. The way we do them is we kind of do them when we kind of both have times in our schedule. Sometimes we know a day before. Sometimes we know a couple hours before we're going to do it. And then we throw it out to you as soon as we kind of have it planned and set in stone. So sometimes people miss it. Sometimes people catch the replays and they're like, oh, why didn't you tell us? And we're like, we did. We posted a couple hours ago. But, you know, if you're not living on our social medias, you know, I get it. Thank you, Daphne. Thank you. And thank you, everybody out there. Troy, Lorianne, we love you. Everybody, all the audience, the Gracey audience, you guys are awesome. The ones that the people new and old, again, we appreciate it. So be good, ladies and gentlemen. We're going black screen.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, thank you, fucking Bobby.